During the most recent episodes of The Young and the Restless, the veteran character Sharon Newman, who is portrayed by Sharon Case, has found herself caught up in a narrative that many viewers have regarded as stale and repetitive. Sharon Case has been portrayed by Sharon Case. There are some fans who are longing for the thrill and complexity that used to define Sharon's persona, but the current plotline has left them wanting more of both. Sharon used to be a character that had one of the most interesting story arcs, but now she is experiencing more of the reverse from what she was experiencing before. The number of people who have expressed their discontent has been overwhelming on social media, and some of them have even skipped over parts that they had previously been looking forward to. Consequently, what exactly has gone wrong, and what are the expectations that people have for the future? The consistent pattern of existing events. On the television show The Young and the Restless, Sharon has been one of the most dynamic and diverse characters over the course of many years. She has also been one of the most recurring characters. From the time she was struggling with challenges relating to her mental health to the dramatic romances she has participated in, her ability to make viewers care about her highs and lows has kept audiences enthralled throughout her career. Her ability to make viewers care about her highs and lows has kept audiences captivated. Longtime admirers, on the other hand, have the feeling that her present plot, which includes a love triangle that is predictable and ongoing tension with Nick and Adam, is too similar to what they have seen in similar situations in the past. There have been a number of individuals who have brought up the fact that these narratives have a feeling of being recycled and do not possess the same emotional impact that they formerly did. The following observation was made by a fan through the utilization of social media. I remember when Sharon's storylines were raw and unexpected. It would appear that the authors are merely presenting her with the same settings over and over again, and they are requesting that we continue to be captivated and interested in what happens next. A substantial amount of it is something that I have neglected to cover. It was expressed by other individuals who agreed with the feeling that the continual focus on love entanglements gave the impression of being forced and did not honor the multifaceted character that Sharon has built. Others who shared this sentiment also expressed their agreement with the attitude. There is a lack of personal development and an excessive amount of romanticizing. One of the most major accusations that viewers have directed at the show is that Sharon's character seems to be locked in a never-ending cycle of love turmoil. This is one of the criticisms that viewers have made against the show. This particular scenario has her being stuck between the well-known characters Nick and Adam, a plotline that many people believe does a disservice to the potential that her character possesses. In this particular occasion, she is caught between Nick and Adam. During the course of the discussion, another supporter offered the following observation: Sharon deserves better than to be tossed back and forth between these men. Taking into account the fact that she is powerful, independent, and clever, she ought to be making progress rather than simply going around in circles. The Young and the Restless viewers have expressed their appreciation for the chemistry that exists between Sharon and Nick, whose relationship has been and continues to be one of the most enduring in the world of the program. Fans have expressed their love for the chemistry that exists between Sharon and Nick. In spite of this, the plot has lost part of its novelty as a result of decades of a never-ending cycle of behavior that can be described as will they, won't they. During this time, her relationship with Adam, despite the fact that it has been both turbulent and exciting at various points in time, eventually became predictable. There is a push-pull dynamic between them, which used to keep viewers on the edge of their seats, but now it feels like a rerun of scenes that we have already seen. An urgent request for more comprehensible narratives. In addition to being interested in romance, the bulk of Sharon's followers are eager to witness her overcoming challenges that serve to illustrate her resilience, intelligence, and independence. Through every stage of her journey, the audience has been there for the heroine, cheering her on as she has won over obstacles such as cancer and issues related to mental health conditions. Sharon, on the other hand, has been relegated to a romantic context that does not feel proportionate with the depth of her character. This is in contrast to the situation in which she would have been forced into a narrative that depicts her progress or challenges her with new problems. There is a theory that is circulating among fans that indicates Sharon needs to be given a plot that is focused on business, or that she ought to be involved in storylines that showcase her work at Crimson Lights in a more prominent manner. While participating in an online discussion forum, a person who is a fan of Sharon made the following observation: "For a change, Sharon ought to be concentrating on herself. You should provide her the opportunity to tackle a huge challenge in the professional world, a mystery in the neighborhood, or a more in-depth plot that is not dependent on her romantic position. It is absolutely deserved by her." An examination of the past in comparative perspective. There are a lot of viewers that can't help but draw comparisons between Sharon's current narrative and her past arcs, which saw her character overcoming great challenges that forced viewers to become completely immersed in the show. The narrative that centered on Sharon's journey through the process of coping with the diagnosis and treatment of breast cancer in order to achieve an honest portrayal of Sharon's strength and fragility was successful in accomplishing this goal. This made it easy for others to empathize with her on a human level, particularly those who had previously gone through hardships in their own life that were comparable to those that she had gone through. As a result of this, fans are left wondering why the authors have not continued to give Sharon with stories that are important and vital to the show. From the perspective of a fan, the following comment was made: "I just don't understand why the writers have backed away from giving Sharon the kinds of storylines that made her so compelling in the first place. It is disheartening to witness her being reduced to love triangle after love triangle when we are aware that she is capable of dealing with a great deal more. The feeling that Sharon's character need to be given a plot that honors her history while continuing to allow her to evolve is a sentiment that is reflected across fan conversations, with many persons expressing the opinion that this should be done." Reactions on social media. A nation of people who want to advance in their development. Fans are growing more and more aggravated, and as a consequence, they have taken to social media to share the ways in which they have been coping with the linearity of the story. It has been admitted by a significant number of them that they overlooked Sharon's passages entirely. As a rallying cry for fans who believe that Sharon's narratives have become too predictable to be able to sit through for an extended period of time, the term "I fast forward just about all of it" has become a popular expression. Instead of watching the scenes unfold as they are being shown, people are skipping over huge parts in the hopes of catching anything new in the next episodes. This is in contrast to viewing the scenes when they are being displayed. Considering that this is a figure who is as well liked as Sharon, it is really upsetting to say the least. Fans' desire for a return to the level of intricacy and substance that used to characterize her narratives is demonstrated by the fact that they opt to skip her scenes because they are so disinterested in her. This is evidence of how much they want for a return to her narratives. The number of people who are committed to Sharon is immense, and they want her to shine in a manner that is consistent with the legacy that she has left behind, What they are looking forward to watching next, according to the fans. Fans have provided a broad variety of ideas for narratives that have the ability to reinvigorate Sharon's character throughout the course of online talks. These ideas have the potential to bring Sharon back to life. It is suggested by a few individuals that she take on the position of a therapist, which would provide her the chance to become involved in the lives of other characters by allowing her to provide them with therapy and assistance. A great number of individuals would be overjoyed to have the opportunity to witness her take part in a story in which she faces off against a difficult adversary in Geno City. This might be accomplished by exposing her to a new commercial operation or even by getting her involved in the political sphere. Fans have also asked Sharon to get back in touch with her family and friends in order to offer her with a strong support network that goes beyond her romantic endeavors. This is something that has been suggested by fans. If she is involved in a more profound way with characters like Mariah, Tessa, or Faith, it may be feasible to develop new story arcs that have a sense of being both fresh and familial. This may be accomplished by involving her in a more profound manner. The following is a recommendation that was made by one of the fans. Let Sharon be the wise and grounded matriarch that she has grown into. The author makes the observation that love triangles aren't always necessary to keep things interesting, and for good reason. What Sharon's explanation will look like in the present and future. When the writers of The Young and the Restless continue to develop Sharon's plot, the fans of the show are hoping that their thoughts and opinions will be taken into consideration along the way. When Sharon is presented with narratives that are reflective of her tenacity and fortitude, there is a vast reservoir of potential for her character to evolve in ways that are both novel and fascinating. This is especially true in the event that she is provided with the possibilities to develop. Throughout her life, she has gone through a vast number of stages, each of which is more difficult than the one that came before it. She is a figure who has progressed through all of these stages. Her background is quite vast. Supporters are currently holding their breath and keeping their fingers crossed in the expectation that the story will take a turn and bring back the Sharon that they admire and respect. For the time being, they are holding their breath. The possibilities for narratives that are both rich and interesting are essentially unlimited, and her persona has a great lot to offer from the perspective of the possibilities. Regardless of whether she is portraying the position of a businessman, a mother, or a friend, Sharon requires a storyline that goes beyond love triangles and revisits the aspects of her character that made her so compelling in the first place. Fans of The Young and the Restless will continue to show their unhappiness, skipping scenes when it is thought essential, and uniting around the hope that Sharon Newman will be converted back into the powerful and multidimensional character she was always intended to be. They are always excited to see where the careers of their favorite performers will lead them, and Lily Brooks O'Brien is a young talent that has been garnering a lot of notice recently. The Young and the Restless viewers are always waiting with bated breath to find out what the future holds for their favorite actors and actresses. Even though she is just 17 years old, O'Brien has already established herself as a formidable presence in the world of daytime television. She has already established herself as a powerful figure. On the other hand, her most recent announcement suggests that she is set to embark on yet another exciting new phase of her professional life. She is presently tempting fans with news about her newest employment, which promises to display even more of her ability as an actress and performer. Although O'Brien is most well known for her role as Lucy Romalotti on the legendary soap opera, she is currently tantalizing fans with details about her newest gig. We are going to go into the rise of Lily Brooks O'Brien, her career on The Young and the Restless, and the mysterious new project that she has been advertising in this post. We will also discuss the mysterious new project that will be discussed. Additionally, we will analyze the consequences that this upcoming step may have for her career, as well as the reasons why she is swiftly becoming one of the most promising young stars in Hollywood. Specifically, we will look at the reasons why she is becoming so popular. When Lily Brooks O'Brien was only starting out in her profession, she was already looking like a star. Lily Brooks O'Brien had already proved that she possessed the talents essential to succeed in the entertainment industry before to her earning a position on the television show The Young and the Restless. This was prior to her landing the role. As a result of her natural talent and charisma, she was quickly brought to the attention of the general public, and she started her career as an actress quite early in life. By the time she was 10 years old, she had already secured her first major role, which was in the American television series The Big Show, which is available on Netflix. Mandy White, the eccentric and self-assured daughter of WWE legend The Big Show, was the character that she portrayed by virtue of her performance in this role. By being exposed to the world of acting and production at a young age, O'Brien was able to establish a passion for the craft that went beyond simply being in front of the camera. This passion allowed him to develop a deeper appreciation for the profession. Throughout the course of interviews, she has indicated how much she enjoys the entire process of storytelling, from the creation of characters to the effort that goes on behind the scenes to produce a successful television show or movie. She has also expressed how much she enjoys the process of telling a narrative. The degree of enthusiasm that she has demonstrated is a significant contributor to the stratospheric rise that she has experienced inside the sector. However, her performance on The Big Show demonstrated her comedic timing and her ability to infuse her characters with heart. Her transition to The Young and the Restless gave her the opportunity to showcase her dramatic range. On the other hand, it was her move to The Young and the Restless that made it possible for her to achieve this goal. During her performance as Lucy Romalotti, O'Brien portrayed a protagonist who possessed a vast range of emotional depths. While she was growing up in the shadow of Gino City's legacy families, she had to navigate the tough dynamics of her family. Her performance made a significant impression on the crowd, and as a result, she quickly became a favorite among the audience members. An essential role to play on the television show, The Young and the Restless. Being cast in a role on the television show, The Young and the Restless is a big accomplishment for any actor who has ever made it to that point in their career. The program, which is widely regarded as one of the most popular and longest-running soap operas in the annals of television history, has been instrumental in the development of the careers of a significant number of well-known television personalities. It was because of the character that O'Brien played that she was given the opportunity to play Lucy Romalotti, which was a significant step forward for her career. She was taking on the part of a legacy character, which meant that she would have connections to both the Romalotti and Abbott families, who are two of the most important dynasties in the fictitious world of the program. Given that she was playing a legacy character, she would have connections to both of these families. The soap opera, which is generally dominated by the adult drama of its veteran characters, was given a new and youthful vibrancy by O'Brien's portrayal of Lucy. This helped the soap opera become more appealing to younger viewers. While she was playing the role of Lucy, she studied a variety of subjects, including identity, loyalty, and the pressures that come with being a member of a dynamic family. The fact that she was able to hold her own in scenes with greats from the world of soap operas, such as Michelle Stafford, Phyllis Summers, and Joshua Morrow, Nick Newman, was praised by her fans. Though her time spent on The Young and the Restless served to solidify her status as a rising star, it would appear that O'Brien is prepared to broaden her horizons even further. This is despite the fact that she has already established herself as a rising star. Recently, she gave an interview in which she made a passing reference to her forthcoming significant endeavor. As a result, her supporters are eagerly anticipating additional details regarding this development. A remarkable new job for Lily Brooks O'Brien, who is speculating on the future. To what extent does Lily Brooks O'Brien's future look bright at this moment? Despite the fact that the actress has not divulged any information regarding the specifics of her upcoming film, she has been giving her devoted fans a few intriguing hints about what they may expect from the film. Over the course of a series of interviews and posts on social media, O'Brien has left hints that her upcoming work will take her in a different route, one that will provide her with the opportunity to explore different parts of her talent. O'Brien recently shared his delight by writing, "I'm so excited to share what's coming next." This was a post that he made on Instagram. "It is something that I have been enthused about for a considerable amount of time, and I believe that the fans are going to end up really liking it. Keep a watchful eye out." The possibility that O'Brien is graduating into more challenging dramatic roles, possibly in a genre or format that is different from daytime television, has been speculated about. Although she has not confirmed if her next project is another television series, a film, or even a venture related to music. There has been talk that she may be going into roles relating to these kind of projects. It would not be surprising to see her take on something completely new, such as a role in a gritty independent film or a high-concept streaming series, given her adaptability and expertise in both humor and drama. There is a possibility that she could do either of these things. What people are saying about the most recent project in O'Brien's career. Given that O'Brien is rapidly becoming a rising name in the entertainment world, it is not surprising that his new position has caused a lot of buzz, but it is also something that is to be expected. A number of various options are presently being discussed on the internet, and fans as well as others who are working inside the industry have been speculating about what her next move will be. There are a few potential possibilities that are currently being considered. There is a school of thought among fans that suggests O'Brien might be embarking on a career in the film industry. Young women who are capable of directing high-budget productions or becoming the face of a new series are in high demand. There is a thirst for them. There is a direct correlation between the increasing focus that Hollywood places on content that is driven by young people and this requirement. Because of the fact that her fan base stretches from her time on The Big Show to her work on The Young and the Restless, O'Brien is an enticing potential for a breakout role in a major feature picture. This is due to the fact that her fan base comes from both of these shows. Some others feel that she might be shifting to streaming platforms, which are becoming increasingly popular with performers because of the huge variety of content that is being produced with them. There is a significant possibility that O'Brien will be involved in the production of one of the projects that are being developed by this is a possibility that is worthy of consideration. In recent years, these sites have emerged as the new frontier for inventive storytelling. They offer a wide range of content, ranging from gloomy thrillers to humorous comedies. It is also possible that O'Brien is transferring into other disciplines in addition to acting. This is something that is very possible. Having stated that she is interested in writing and producing, it is not completely out of the question for her to take on a career that is more behind the scenes. She has shown that she is interested in both of these fields. A great number of young actors are currently examining the prospect of pursuing careers as multi-hyphenates, which means that they are pursuing professions in acting, producing, and even taking on the role of director. There is a bright future waiting for us. There is one thing that cannot be denied, and that is the fact that Lily Brooks O'Brien is a rising star in the entertainment world. This is true regardless of the nature of her new employment. Since she possesses great abilities, an unshakable devotion, and the capacity to adapt to new situations, she is in an excellent position to leave an indelible impact on the entertainment industry. The journey that she has made from being a child star to being a phenomenon on a soap opera has been incredible, and the next chapter of her life promises to be even more exciting than the one that she has just completed. Those who watch The Young and the Restless will, without a shadow of a doubt, continue to express their support for her, and they will be eager to see where her career will lead her in the years to come. In any attempt that O'Brien tries, whether it be in the world of film, television, or even music that she pursues, the excitement that she has for telling stories will certainly be visible. This is true regardless of the medium in which she pursues her endeavors. There is one thing that is clear, and that is the fact that Lily Brooks O'Brien is a name that you will be hearing for many years to come. Even if we are waiting for additional information regarding her new gig, there is one thing with certainty. When it comes to The Young and the Restless, a wedding is frequently a fantastic occasion for glitz, drama, and the disclosure of facts that had been kept hidden in the past. The wedding of Abby and Devin is not an exception. The day that they have been anticipating with such great anticipation is getting near with all of the allure and excitement that they had envisioned for themselves. On the other hand, just as they are about to make a commitment that will last a lifetime, fractures begin to develop. which puts a shadow over the lovely marriage that they have dreamed of having. The unease that Abby feels. While Abby is experiencing a sense of excitement for the big day, she is also experiencing an odd feeling of unease. This is because the preparations for the event are getting closer and closer to reaching a fever pitch. Even though she is happy with her life, she can't seem to shake the notion that something isn't quite right someplace in her life. At a time when Abby is beginning to feel the pressure of making her second marriage work, despite Devon's attempts to console her, it is difficult to ignore her intuition. This is especially true when she begins to feel the pressure. Specifically, her mother, Ashley, is growing more and more concerned about the distraction that her daughter appears to be experiencing, which is something that her close friends and family members have noticed. By emphasizing that Abby's uneasiness is totally natural, Ashley makes an effort to reassure Abby. This is especially true when taking into mind the fact that Abby and Devon had a history together. Upon hearing that Abby is anxious about whether or not they are moving too quickly, Ashley is taken aback by this disclosure. Abby confides in Ashley that she is concerned about this matter. Given that Devon and Abby's relationship is marked by mutual support, camaraderie, and respect for one another, it is not surprising that it has been a slow burn between the two of them. However, Abby is unable to shake the feeling that there are issues that have not been resolved, issues that may come back to plague her in the future. She is unable to dismiss this feeling. An overview of Devon's relationship with Alina from the beginning. Despite the fact that Devon is also tackling his own past, he is confident that he has made the right decision in marrying Abby. This is despite the fact that he is also confronting his own history. Given that Alina continues to play a large role in his life to this day, the wedding has triggered a variety of feelings linked with his prior connection with Alina. This is especially true when considering the fact that Alina continues to play a role in his life. Despite the fact that he has decided to go with Abby, his recollections of Elena and the way things went wrong between them are beginning to surface. He is finding it difficult to ignore these memories. Devon's present is being obscured by a cloud of sorrow, and as a result, he is beginning to question whether or not he truly gave Elena and himself the opportunity to recuperate. The fact that Elena has been invited to attend the wedding, which piques the interest of the guests and prompts them to mutter to one another, contributes to the tension that is already present. In the beginning, Devon's concerns about inviting her were disregarded since he was of the opinion that doing so would be an indication of maturity and civilization. On the other hand, as the day of the wedding approaches closer, he is becoming increasingly conflicted about his feelings. Despite the fact that Nate is aware of the intricate web that Devon has woven, he still manages to make Devon feel comfortable enough to have a private conversation with him. The hesitation of Devon is quite clear. Nate warns Devon to approach with caution when dealing with Abby's heart as well as his own. Devon is also warned to be careful with his own heart. In a conversation with Devon, Nate explains that feelings that have not been handled in the past have a propensity to arise at the most inopportune times, a recurrence of good fortune. In the event that Abby and Devon's pre-wedding worries were already a sufficient amount of stress, the sudden arrival of chance adds an additional layer of tension to the circumstance. During the time when Abby is in the midst of finishing up her last-minute preparations for the wedding, her ex-husband, who had abruptly left town, unexpectedly shows up the night before the wedding. The entrance of chance causes Abby to elevate her eyebrows, which is a sign that she is experiencing an escalation of her unresolved sentiments. Despite the fact that she had a significant amount of affection for Devon, the sudden appearance of Chance brings up memories of their life together up until that point. On a considerable degree, her love for Chance was also an important source of importance. The fact that Chance appears to be carrying remorse in his eyes gives the idea that he may not be as over Abby as he claims to be. This is despite the fact that it is still uncertain what Chance's motives are for returning to Abby. To make matters even more complicated, he is adamant about having a private talk with her. and he requests a few minutes to clear the air before she makes her announcement that she is going to get married. As Abby is torn between the man she loved and the man she is going to marry, she is feeling the emotional weight of her decision. She is experiencing a sense of emotional weight. She is cognizant of the emotional magnitude of the decision she has made. Divin begins to experience a rising level of anxiety around the timing of Chance's reappearance as he observes Abby's distracted state throughout the course of the conversation. His curiosity is piqued by the possibility that this is a sign that his marriage might be in jeopardy before it ever begins, as a result of an accident involving the rings. On the day of Abby and Devin's wedding, the wedding bands, which are symbols of their dedication to one another, vanish. This is a turn of events that no one saw coming, and no one was prepared for it. Mariah, Abby's cousin, was tasked with the responsibility of assuring the safety of the rings in the middle of a whirlwind of last-minute pandemonium. Nevertheless, the rings somehow vanish without a trace. Due to the fact that Maria is certain that she left the rings in the box that was designed just for them, she has been searching feverishly and going back over her previous actions. However, her search does not provide any results, which contributes to the growing tension that is associated with the scenario. While Maria is desperately trying to retrieve the rings that she has misplaced, Abby is obligated to put on a brave face despite the fact that her heart is pounding with dread. Maria is also attempting to find the rings. On the other hand, Devin is secretly concerned that the rings that have vanished could be important, presenting additional evidence of the ambiguities that have already been brought to light. Devin's priority is to protect the confidentiality of the situation. In spite of the fact that they are improvising with temporary rings, despite the fact that the occasion creates a weird mood for their vows, Abby and Devin are left with the sensation of being somewhat disoriented as a result of the event. A friend who came out of the blue. The appearance of an unanticipated guest causes the ceremony to be disrupted, which is a pattern that is characteristic of the television show Young and the Restless. The appearance of Amanda Sinclair, who had previously been Devin's girlfriend, came as a total and utter surprise. There was no one who had anticipated her arrival. With Amanda having returned to Geno City after being absent for a lengthy amount of time, there is a sense of dread and mistrust among the guests. This is because Amanda has been absent for a considerable amount of time. Amanda's presence intensifies the already stormy mood by drawing everyone's attention to the difficult times that Devin has been going through in his life. This causes the atmosphere to become even more chaotic. In spite of the fact that Amanda is polite and unruffled, the sudden appearance of her casts a pall over the day. Abby can't help but feel a twinge of envy and insecurity because she is interested about the reason for Amanda's decision to reappear at this specific moment. She wishes she knew the rationale behind Amanda's decision. Furthermore, despite Devin's promises to Abby that Amanda's presence is no longer significant to him, the atmosphere continues to be permeated with ambiguity. Devin is put in a position where he must address his past with Amanda and the manner in which it influenced his path to discovering Abby. This is something that is buried deep within his thoughts and is not commonly known. Words of word that Victor did not expect to arrive. Abby is becoming increasingly aware of the fact that she is experiencing a state of mind that is exceptionally susceptible as the date of the wedding gets closer. After experiencing a rare period of vulnerability, she decides to seek guidance from her father, Victor, who assists her in navigating the issue at hand. Considering that Victor has always been a powerful figure in her life, she is taken aback by the real advice that he provides to her. It is via his comments that she is reminded that love, despite the fact that it is unpredictable, requires being courageous. Victor is honest about the fact that he has his own failings when it comes to love, and he encourages Abby to put her faith in her heart, even if it means taking a leap of faith. The statements spoken by Victor have a calming effect on Abby's nerves. Nevertheless, when she looks across the room at Devin, She realizes that the uncertainties are still present. Becoming truthful with both herself and Devon is something that she is motivated to do by the instruction that she receives from her father. Despite the fact that Abby is aware that she needs to address these lingering feelings before they can go on to other things, she is also conscious that doing so could potentially put the wedding in peril that she is planning. Revelation of the truth in its fullness. Abby and Devon are standing at the altar, holding hands and looking into each other's eyes. As they do so, the significance of the events that have transpired over the day begins to become obvious to them. Following a few moments of deep breathing, Abby comes to the conclusion that it would be best to give them some space before they exchange their vows. She readily states that she is uncertain about the future of their relationship, that she has feelings that are still present toward Chance, and that she is uncertain about the foreseeable future of their relationship. Devon reveals that he battles with memories that have not been addressed, and that he has sentiments that are still present for the past. In turn, Devon mentions that he has feelings for the past. As a consequence of the extremely heated argument that took place between Abby and Devon, the two of them find themselves at a crossroads. The fact that they are honest with one another allows them to cultivate their relationship with one another, which in turn serves to remind them of the reasons why they fell in love with one another. They realize that love does not have to be perfect, and the fact that they are both vulnerable in the relationship gives their dedication a degree of depth that was before lacking. This discovery is a significant step in the development of their relationship. This is a fresh start for us. Because they have exposed their innermost feelings in front of everyone else, Abby and Devon are able to take their vows with a deeper sense of clarity and honesty. It is a measure of their resiliency and determination to accept the uncertainties of life together that the ceremony, despite its shortcomings, becomes a tribute to their resilience.